Hello students, this is chapter number 7, Conservation of Plants and Animals of class 8th. The term conservation means the process of keeping and protecting something from damage. Before we go further and discuss the conservation of plants and animals in detail, we should know the meanings of some new terms such as biosphere, wildlife, biodiversity, and ecosystem, which will be used in this chapter. Biosphere is that part of the earth in which living organisms exist or which supports life. Term wildlife means all the animals and plants which are found naturally in the forest and other natural habitats. Biodiversity refers to the variety of organisms, plants, animals, and microorganisms, etc., found in a particular area or habitat. An ecosystem is a system which includes all the living organisms, plants, animals, and microorganisms of an area and the physical environment, soil, air, and water in which they live. Let us discuss deforestation first. Deforestation and its causes. The cleaning of forest by cutting down forest tree over a wide area is called deforestation. The various causes of deforestation are the following. The forest tree are cut down to obtain wood for using as fuel. The forest tree are cut down to obtain wood for making doors, windows, and furniture. Forest tree are cut down to obtain wood for making paper. Forest trees are cut down to obtain more agricultural land for cultivation of crop for the increasing population. Forest trees are cut down to get land for building houses, factories, roads, and dams, etc. All the above causes of deforestation are the man made causes of deforestation. There are also natural causes of deforestation. Some of the natural causes of deforestation are forest fire and severe droughts. We will now discuss the conservation of forest and wildlife. We have just studied that one of the adverse effects of deforestation is the destruction of natural habits of wildlife. We should conserve forests and wildlife to preserve biodiversity, to prevent endangered species from becoming extinct, and to maintain ecological balance in nature. There are three types of protected areas which have been established by the government for the conservation of forest and wild animals. These are biosphere reserves, wildlife sanctuaries, and national parks. We will now discuss biosphere reserves, wildlife sanctuaries, and national parks in detail one by one. Biosphere reserve. A biosphere reserve is a large protected area of land meant for the conservation of wildlife, biodiversity, and the traditional lifestyle of the tribal people living in the area. A biosphere reserve is a very large conservation area which is divided into three zones: core zone, buffer zone, and transition zone. A biosphere reserve may also contain other protected area in it. For example, a biosphere reserve may contain wildlife sanctuary and or national park in it. Some plants and animals typically belong to a particular area. They are not found naturally in other areas. The plants that grow naturally in a particular area are called flora of the area, and the animals which live naturally in a particular area are called fauna of the area. Wildlife sanctuary. The term sanctuary means a place of safety So, wildlife sanctuary means the place where wild animals remain safe. A wildlife sanctuary is a protected area of land which is created for the protection of wild animals in their natural environment like forest. The names of some of the wildlife sanctuaries of India: Sanjay Gandhi Wildlife Sanctuary, Maharashtra; Madhumalai Wildlife Sanctuary, Tamil Nadu; Nagarjun Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary, Andhra, etc. We will now discuss national parks. A national park is a relatively large area of scenic beauty protected and maintained by the government to preserve flora and fauna, plants and animals, landscape, historic objects of the area, and places of scientific interests. National parks are protected from most of the developmental schemes like construction of dam etc., so that their natural attractions are preserved. The human activities such as mining, hunting and fishing etc. are not allowed inside a national park. India has more than 80 national parks. Extinct species and endangered species. The species which no longer exist anywhere on the earth are called extinct species. A species becomes extinct when the last living member of that species dies. The extinct species may be animals or plants. For example, a type of animal which no longer exists on earth is called an extinct animal. Some of the examples of extinct species of animals are dinosaur, dodo, cave lion, Caspian tiger, and Irish deer. We can never see these animals again. The species which are facing the risk of extinction are called endangered species. Some examples of endangered animal species are tiger, snow leopard, great Indian rhinoceros, Asiatic lion, desert cat, lion-tailed macaque, etc. We will now discuss the Red Data book. Red Data book is the book which keeps a record of all the endangered animals, plants, and other species. Migration, the process of a bird moving from one place to another according to the season, is called migration. Migration of bird adaptation to escape the harsh and cold condition of their normal habitat in winter so as to survive. One of the most common migratory birds which come to India every year for a few months is Siberian crane. We will now discuss the recycling of paper. Paper is one of the important products we get from the forest. Paper is made from wood pulp that is produced from the wood of forest tree. It has been estimated that 17 full grown trees are needed to make 1 ton of paper. So, may tree have to be cut down from the forest to make paper. Paper making is another cause of deforestation. So, we should save paper to save the forest trees. Term recycling of paper means to process the waste paper to make new paper so that it can be used again. Answer to the problem of deforestation is reforestation. The planting of trees in an area in which forests were destroyed is called reforestation. If we have to retain our green wealth for future generation, then planting of more trees, reforestation is the only option. Reforestation can also take place naturally. There is a Forest Conservation Act in India. The Forest Conservation Act is aimed at the preservation and conservation of natural forest and at the same time meeting the basic needs of people living in or near the forest.